Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley Knows Best stars Todd Chrisley and his wife. Julie turned down the plea deal and opted to go to trial. Speculation about their sentence came even before the trial started. At first, people assumed they would serve about 4 to 5 years for tax evasion. However, they ended up with a 19-year concurrent sentence. Certainly, it would be interesting to know what the plea deal offered. While most people talk about tax crimes and how harsh the sentences of 7 and 12 years were, there were other changes. They'd included 12 counts of tax evasion, bank and wire fraud, and conspiracy. You might remember that the jury found them guilty on all charges. Perhaps because of the added fraud-related charges, the plea simply wasn't attractive enough. Joe Geddes from Bravo's Real Housewives also served time in prison, and he suggested that Todd Chrisley made a miscalculation when he took the case to trial. From his own experience, he knew that a lesser sentence would result after a plea deal. That way, the kids wouldn't have been separated from their parents for so long. To this day, Savannah and Chase talk about how her mom and dad wouldn't take a plea because of their innocence. But now, innocent Chloe and Grayson are the ones who suffer. In a recent discussion on Reddit, who/PattyLaBelle94 wondered about the plea deal they denied. An interesting discussion arose about how murderers and abusers like Josh Duggar served similar sentences, and Savannah's mom and dad didn't kill anyone. From a person who works in legal, followers discovered that when a plea is turned down, it is never made public. So the question about what they were offered can't be answered. Still, that didn't stop people from speculating about the reason for Todd Chrisley taking that road. Some people believe that the former USA Network stars were just way too arrogant to expect a long sentence. One follower opined, on the podcast, Todd would rant about unjust persecution by the government, the GA Department of Revenue, that he was fighting these charges for the everyman who couldn't afford to fight, all while trying to muddy the waters with his nonsense because the feds really had something on him. The same follower also said that Julie and Todd Chrisley's egos prevented them from making a sound judgment regarding a plea deal. They added, "I think Todd foolishly believed he could control the narrative. If I was Julie, I would have flipped to save myself for my babies, but she's clearly under his spell for whatever reason." Wow! That is what most Chrisley Knows Best fans are saying after listening to Savannah's appearance on Nick's podcast. Savannah Chrisley didn't pull any punches as she ripped her sister to shreds while sharing her thoughts and feelings on Lindsay. Likewise, she made it a point to clarify she was simply spitting facts about her sister. Nick Vile did ask Savannah to provide a little clarity on her relationship with her sister for his viewers. Savannah explained that Lindsay was Todd's daughter from a previous marriage, so they were half-sisters. She insisted that Julie did what she could to treat both Lindsay and Kyle like they were her children. Savannah, however, did not feel Lindsay and Kyle gave Julie the same respect. Savannah added that she and Lindsay are not on speaking terms right now. She affirmed that she does believe her sister stabbed the family in the back. Savannah proceeded to explain that for 2 years transcripts revealed that Lindsay was working with the government. Then, when their parents went to court, Lindsay suddenly switched teams. She defended their parents, and she claimed the government was lying. Sadly, Savannah Chrisley believes her sister messed up and found herself in a huge mess. So she went on the stand to defend Todd and Julie during the trial to try and make up for the 2 years she spent working with the government. Despite the fact that fans typically don't like Lindsay, they weren't necessarily standing with Savannah during this argument. In fact, one fan points out that Savannah Chrisley is quick to blame everyone but her parents for this situation. Another fan added that if her parents were innocent, there wouldn't be anything for her to worry about. Here's what some other fans said. Naturally, Chrisley Knows Best fans had a lot of questions about this new romance. The biggest question is about money. If Robert Shiver was just an average Joe, how would things work with regard to money? Fortunately, fans don't really have to worry that Robert is just after Savannah's money. In fact, as TV shows isn't exactly the normal and average guy she claimed. After all, the average Joe doesn't typically have a $9 to $10 million net worth to boast about. If he's not a celebrity and isn't a reality TV star, how did he accumulate such a hefty net worth? What does Savannah Chrisley's new man do for a living? Turns out, his job is pretty surprising. In college, Robert Shiver played football. He, however, did not play professionally, so he never really earned any money from his football days. After college, Robert Shiver went into the insurance business. According to People magazine, Robert first landed a job with Senior Life Insurance back in 2009. Over the years, he worked his way up the ranks, and today he holds a pretty hefty position. Presently, Savannah Chrisley's new boyfriend is the Senior Vice President at Senior Life Insurance. According to Salary.com, the average salary for the Senior Vice President of an insurance firm is $390,000. This, however, is just an average. Robert Shiver's salary could be a little higher or a little lower than this amount. Salary.com does go on to say that on the higher end, senior vice presidents of insurance firms can make as much as $500,000 per year. It is unclear exactly how long Savannah and Robert have been dating. There are some videos on TikTok claiming they have been dating since June or July of this year. It wasn't until this week that Savannah and Robert went public with their relationship. A day after going public, she was spotted with her new man at LAX in the first photos of them together as a couple to make rounds on the internet. Are you surprised to learn Savannah Chrisley is dating the senior vice president of an insurance firm? Do you have an issue with the 12-year age gap between them? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. And keep coming back for more Chrisley news.